An Occupational Safety and Health Guide. Chapter 1. Occupational Safety and Health Info. Safety at Work Info. Beyond trying to promote a positive attitude through a workplace health program, every workplace has some potential dangers in it within its physical structure. Common safety hazards are steps which people can fall on, wet floors, dangerous machinery, fire hazard, noise pollution, air quality, chemical toxicity, etc. There are many safety laws in place and a government inspector is required to come around every once a while, check the place out and pass or fail it based on a checklist of standards he or she must follow. The inspector is looking for hazards, workplace conditions and practices that have the potential to cause accidents, injuries, or death. A definition of workplace safety is to have a workplace that is free from the risk of accident, injury, and illness, which is virtually impossible but nevertheless a worthy ideal to aspire to. When looking for hazard potential in your workplace, ask the following question. Where, how, and why do accidents, illnesses and injuries happen here? The highest hazard risks in the workplace are generally perceived to be the following. Working with electricity. Working at heights. Physically handling things like boxes, containers, etc. Repetitive movements. Lifting things. Working near dangerous machinery. Working near heavy equipment. Working around toxic chemicals, biological hazards, mold, fungi, viruses, germs, infectious diseases. Uncomfortable heat outdoors and indoors. Poor indoor air quality, poor ventilation. Using vibrating, handheld tools. Driving farm tractors. Driving heavy vehicles, especially on rough terrain. Working near furnaces. Working outdoors in cold weather. Working in cold storage. Commercial diving, underwater welding. Welding in general. Working near X-ray and other radiation machines. Handling radioactive materials. Uranium mining. Working in power plants. Working with lasers. Working on radio and TV transmission towers and wires. Working around electromagnetic fields/EMFs. Working with machines and tools. Cutting things. Working with power tools. Working in a high noise area. Working around flammable and combustible liquids like gasoline. The general safety rules of common sense are as follows. Use common sense. Don't take risks. Wear protective equipment when required. Follow safety protocols. Don or run on stairways. Be aware of the hazards of whatever you're working with. If your work requires an awkward position, look for an alternative way to do it. If you smell something burning or a particularly offensive odor that seems to cause headaches, check it out. When dealing with hazardous chemicals, the main entry is through inhalation, although it can get in through the pores of the skin. Most toxic chemicals cause damage over time. They are breathed in bit by bit, day by day until they destroy the lungs and probably the liver. Once a toxic chemical is in the body either through inhalation, skin contact, or eating contaminated food, it enters the bloodstream and from there travels through the entire body, often accumulating at any or all of the vital organs. Some chemicals can kill quickly if inhaled. If you're ever in a fire, try to get away as quickly as possible to avoid breathing what could be toxic fumes. A common, controversial safety hazard these days is poor indoor air quality, also known as sick building syndrome, which is difficult to prove because often there's no smoking gun. The employees say they feel sick, an inspector comes in, does his inspection and says the building is fine, but the employees still insist the building is making them sick, so it's a very subjective area, as I discuss more extensively in another chapter in my medical book. If walls, ceilings, furniture, and other building materials get wet then don't dry properly, mold, fungi and other substances could grow there that are both deadly and could result in the building being condemned by health authorities. Invisible gases like carbon monoxide and vapor fumes can leak into the air, causing problems. A job safety analysis/JSA is simply a thorough study of the specific activities of any job, identifying the hazards of each step and coming up with preventive measures for them. Employee Assistance Programs/EAPs. Employee assistance programs are programs employers put into place to help workers and their immediate families in dealing with personal, emotional, mental health and substance abuse programs for three main reasons. 1. To make themselves look like a benevolent company which cares about its workers. 2. To save money by keeping workers who they have a vested interest in after having trained them plus all the experience these workers have. 3. To protect themselves from possible negligence or unsafe workplace lawsuits. An Employee Assistance Program, EAP, also known as an Employee and Family Assistance Program, EFAP, is geared to help employees with personal problems that affect their work performance by providing a confidential counseling service both for employees who want to use it on their own and employers who order problem employees to use it. EAPs are simply part of the business model that strives to take care of workers with the presumption that healthy, well-adjusted workers are more productive and relaxed in the workplace. People can have problems both at work or in their personal lives. The cause is irrelevant. When it affects work, it's the company's business. EAPs were started to help with the resolution of problems that are affecting work, whatever their cause. Some EAPs go beyond the mental health counseling basics to encompass services to help employees in their lives such as retirement planning, career counseling for laid-off workers, healthy lifestyle education, nutrition education, financial planning, etc. The way EAPs work in general is that the telephone number is made available to all workers by either having it posted on the wall or included with the employee's paycheck or something like that. If a worker feels like he needs service, he calls the confidential number and is connected to a referral agent, generally a health professional, human resources employee or a counselor. This person defines the exact nature of the problem and decides how to proceed from there, where to refer the person. Big companies might have their own counselors on staff. Smaller companies contract with a mental health counseling company who do their EAP work for them. They say the record is confidential, meaning your boss or the personnel department of your company will not get it, but I tend to be suspicious of this claim since it's the company who's paying all the bills. Beyond the self-referral route, a supervisor can give an informal referral where he recommends the worker enroll in the EAP to try to shape up, or a formal referral where the employee is put on disciplinary action and participation in the EAP is part of the requirement. The EAP information may or may not appear in the individual's personnel file depending on the company and the situation. The main services offered by EAPs are as follows: personal problems, relationship issues, family issues, substance abuse, stress, balance in life, depression, anxiety, mental illness, anger/violence management, harassment, grief due to loss, financial problems, legal problems. What makes an EAP successful is the fact that it's there to help employees and not to spy on them or certify them as crazy and not suitable for work at the company. Everything is supposedly kept confidential. The quality of EAP providers varies immensely. As a company, do your homework before hiring an EAP provider. Find somebody with proven experience who handles virtually the entire spectrum of services generally defined by the concept of EAPs. What type of fee structure would you use? A monthly flat fee regardless of usage, a flat fee per session, or regular billing for every service rendered? The way it usually works is that the company publicizes their EAP so that all employees know it's there if they want to go on their own voluntarily without telling the boss about it, or the boss might talk to an employee, tell them they look down, not like their usual selves, and suggest, not order because that's illegal, that they might consider talking to a counselor at the EAP. Before you formally order someone to the EAP, their work and/or demeanor has to be slipping real bad, and you should talk to your lawyer before you do it, because by referring an employee, you are defining him as disabled, therefore protected by the ADA, and you are also potentially invading his privacy, so tread lightly. Offer a recommendation but don't order visits to the EAP. EAPs have the power to give employees leave of absences from work while being treated. Employee Assistance Program websites. ancadi.sam/hsa.gov/workplace/fedagency/employee_assistance_programs.aspx. eapweb.com, Employee Assistance Resources Center. southern.eap.com, Southern Employee Assistance Programs Incorporated. eap.partners.org. act-eap.com. publications.usa.gov. eap-association.com. eapconsultants.com. eap.fsu.edu/guidelines.html. eapintl.com. eapsystems.com. employeeassistance.biz-resources.com. employee-assistance-programs.com. eap.com. eapassociation.org. eaplist.com, list of active, nationwide, employee assistance programs. worklifeinstitute.com/employee.html. Employee Assistance Professional Association. 4601 North Fairfax Drive. Number 1001. Arlington, Virginia 22203. 703-522-6272. eap-association.com. Employee Assistance. Quarterly Magazine. Hayworth Press. 800-342-9678. hayworth.com. Worker Safety Websites. osha.gov/s/opa/worker/complain.html, How to file a complaint with OSHA. osha.gov/s/opa/worker/refuse.html, refusing to work because conditions are dangerous. cdc.gov/niosh/hhe/hhe program.html, requesting a health hazard evaluation. osha.gov/dep/oya/whistleblower/index.html, whistleblower protection plan. osha.gov/publication/osha3021.pdf, worker rights under the OSHA Act. osha.gov/s/opa/worker/rights.html, workers' right to a safe workplace. laborcenter.evergreen.edu/workers' rights manual/workers' right SMA Newell English long.htm, workers' rights manual. Teen worker safety websites. cdc.gov/niosh/edueldoc.html, Are you a working teen? cdc.gov/niosh/topics/youth, young workers safety and health. nclnet.org/labor/child labor, teens, worst jobs for teens. osha.gov/sltc/teen workers/index.html, teen worker safety. osha.gov/sltc/teen workers/teen workers.html, teen workers. Students Guide. thesafespace.org/pdf/handout-safety-plan-workbook-teens.pdf, Teen Guide to Safety Planning. Mine Safety Websites. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/col_mine_safety_health_act_of_1969. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/mine_safety_and_health_act_of_1977. fmshrc.gov, Mine Safety. outside.cdc.gov/success/welcome.html, Mining Safety and Health Research. Chapter 2. OSHA, the U.S. Federal Occupational Safety and Health Agency. The Occupational Safety and Health Agency. The Occupational Safety and Health Board has 70-plus field offices. They are full-service centers offering a variety of informational services such as publications, technical advice, audiovisual aids on workplace hazards and lecturers for speaking engagements. The OSHA Training Institute in Des Plaines, Illinois, provides basic and advanced training and education in safety and health for federal and state CSHOs, state consultants, other federal agency personnel and private sector employers, employees, and their representatives. Courses are available for students from the private sector dealing with subjects such as safety and health in the construction industry and methods of voluntary compliance with OSHA standards. OSHA also provides funds to nonprofit organizations to conduct workplace training and education in subjects where OSHA believes there is a current lack of workplace training. OSHA identifies areas of unmet needs for safety and health education in the workplace annually and invites grant applications to address these needs. OSHA.gov. OSHA.gov/OSHA-CT_TOC/OSHA-CT_by_sec.html. Occupational Safety and Health Act. OSHA Publications Office. Room N3101. US Department of Labor. Washington, D.C. 20210. 202-219-9667. 800-321-6742. OSHA.gov. OSHRC.gov. OSHA.gov/OSHstat/index.html. OSHA inspection databases. OSHA.gov/CGI-bin/INV/INV1. OSHA Accident Investigations Search, records on OSHA accident investigations. OSHA.gov/CGI-bin/est/est1, OSHA Establishment Search, search for OSHA inspections by company name. OSHA.gov/CGI-bin/SICHQ/SIC1, OSHA Inspections within industry, search for OSHA inspections by industry. OSHA.gov/as/OPA/worker, OSHA Workers page, file a complaint. OSHA.gov/as/OPA/worker/rights.html, you have a right to a safe workplace. OSHA.gov/doc/jobsite, Job Safety Handbook, OSHA. OSHA.gov/doc/jobsite/index.html, Construction Safety Images. OSHA.gov/doc/outreach training/html files/eval-tool.html, Tools for Safety Program Assessment. OSHA.gov/osh-doc/toc_fact.html, OSHA Fact Sheets. OSHA.gov/safelinks.html. OSHA.gov/sltc, OSHA Safety and Health Topics. OSHRC.gov. Find regional OSHA offices at OSHA.gov/OSHDIR, regions. Boston, MA. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R01.html. NYC. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R02.html. Philadelphia. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R03.html. Atlanta, Georgia. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R04.html. Chicago, IL. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R05.html. Dallas, Texas. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R06.html. Kansas City, Missouri. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R07.html. Denver, Co. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R08.html. San Francisco, CA. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/R09.html. Seattle. OSHA.gov/OSHDIR/RL0.html. Federal Register, The Federal Register is one of the best sources of information on standards, since all OSHA standards are published there when adopted, as are all amendments, corrections, insertions, or deletions. Annual subscriptions are available from the Superintendent of Documents, U.S. Government Printing Office, Washington, D.C. 20402. 202-783-3238. access.gpo.gov/su_docs. Each year the Office of the Federal Register publishes all current regulations and standards in the Code of Federal Regulations, CFR. OSHA's regulations and standards are collected in several volumes in Title 29 CFR. Since states with OSHA-approved job safety and health programs adopt and enforce their own standards under state law, copies of these standards can be obtained from the individual states. Chapter 3. United States State Occupational Health and Safety Offices. Alaska. Alaska Department of Labor. 1111 West 8th Street. Number 304. Juneau, Alaska, 99801-1149. labor.state.ak.us/lss/lss.htm. Arizona. Industrial Commission of Arizona. 800 W Washington. Phoenix, Arizona 85007 to 2922. 602-542-4411 Fax, 602-542-1614. ica.state.az.us/adush/oshatop.htm. California. California Department of Industrial Relations. 455 Golden Gate Avenue. 10th floor. San Francisco, California, 94102. 415-703-5050. Fax, 415-703-5114. dir.ca.gov/occupationalsafety.html. Connecticut. Connecticut Department of Labor. Consultation Services. Division of Occupational Safety and Health. 38 Wolcott Hill Road. Weathersfield, Connecticut, 06109. 860-566-4550. Fax, 860-566-6916. ctdol.state.ct.us. Hawaii. Hawaii Department of Labor and Industrial Relations. Consultation and Training Branch. 830 Punchbowl Street. Honolulu, Hawaii, 96813. 808-586-9100. Fax, 808-586-9104. state.hi.us/dlir/hiosh. Indiana. Indiana Department of Labor. Bureau of Safety, Education, and Training. Division of Labor. Hashtag W195. 402 West Washington. Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204-2287. 317-232-2688. Fax, 317-232-3790. state.in.us/labor/iosha/iosha.html. Iowa. Iowa Division of Labor Services. Consultation Program. 1000 East Grand Avenue. Des Moines, Iowa, 50319-0209. 515-281-7629, Consultation. 515-281-0202, Education. Fax, 515-281-5522. state.ia.us/iwd/labor/index.html. Kentucky. Kentucky Labor Cabinet. 1047 U.S. Highway 127 South. Number 4. Frankfort, Kentucky, 40601. OSH Division of Compliance. 502-564-3070, extension 305. Fax, 502-564-4769. OSH Division of Education and Training. 502-564-3070, extension 266. Fax, 502-564-4769. state.ky.us/agencies/labor/kiosh.htm. Maryland. Maryland Department of Labor, Licensing and Regulation. 1100 North Utah Street. Number 613. Baltimore, Maryland, 21201-2206. Maryland Occupational Safety and Health. MOSH. 410-767-2215. Fax, 410-333-7747. dllr.state.md.us/labor/mosh.html. Michigan. Michigan Department of Consumer and Industry Services, Bureau of Safety and Regulation. 7150 Harris Drive. POG 30643. Lansing, Michigan 48909 to 8143. 517-322-1814. Fax, 517-322-1775. cis.state.mi.us/bsr. Minnesota. Minnesota Department of Labor and Industry. 443 Lafayette Road. North. St. Paul, Minnesota 55155 to 4307. 651-284-5050. Fax, 651-282-5405. doli.state.mn.us/wsc.html. Nevada. Nevada Division of Industrial Relations. Occupational Safety and Health Enforcement Section. OSHAS. 1301 North Green Valley Parkway No. 200. Henderson, Nevada 89014-6197. State.nv.us. Las Vegas. 702-486-9168. Fax, 702-990-0358. Carson City. 775-687-5240. Fax, 775-687-6150. New Jersey. New Jersey Department of Labor. Division of Public Safety and Occupational Safety and Health. 225 East State Street. 8th floor west. POG 953. Trenton, New Jersey 08625-0953. 609-292-3923. Fax, 609-292-4409. state.nj.us/labor/wps/psosh/onsite/onsite.htm. state.nj.us/labor/wps/psosh/payosh.htm. New Mexico. New Mexico Environment Department. Occupational Health and Safety Bureau. 525 Camino de los Marquez. Number 3. POG 26110. Santa Fe, New Mexico 87502. 505-827-4230. Fax, 505-827-4422. nmenv.state.nm.us. New York. New York Department of Labor. W. Averill Harriman State Office Building, 12. Number 500. Albany, New York 12240. New York On-Site Consultation Program. State Office Campus Building 12. Number 168. Albany, New York 12240. 518-457-2238. Fax, 518-457-3454. labor.state.ny.us/working-new-york/worker-rights/safety-health.html. North Carolina. North Carolina Department of Labor NCDOL. 4 West Edenton Street. Raleigh, North Carolina 2761 to 1092. 919-807-2899. Fax, 919-807-2902. dol.state.nc.us/oshas/osh.htm. Oregon. Oregon Occupational Safety and Health Division. Department of Consumer and Business Services. 350 Winter Street, NE. Number 430. Salem, Oregon, 97310. 503-378-3272. 800-922-2689. orisha.org. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico Department of Labor and Human Resources. Occupational Safety and Health Office. Department of Labor and Human Resources. 20th floor. 505 Muñoz Rivera Avenue. Hato Rey, Puerto Rico, 00918. 787-756-1100, 1106. Fax, 787-767-6051. dtrh.prstar.net/oshoenglish.htm. South Carolina. South Carolina Department of Labor, Licensing and Regulations. Office of OSHA Compliance. 3600 Forest Drive. POG 11329. Columbia, South Carolina 29204. 803-734-9644. Fax, 803-734-9772. llr.state.sc.us/osha.asp. 10s. Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. OSHA Consultative Services. Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. 710 James Robertson Parkway. 3rd floor. Nashville, Tennessee 37243-0659. 615-741-7036. Fax, 615-532-2997. state.tn.us/labor-wfd. Utah. Utah Labor Commission. Consultation Services. 160 East 300 South. 3rd floor. Salt Lake City, Utah 84114-6650. 801-530-6901. Fax, 801-530-6992. labor.state.ut.us/Utah Occupational Safety He/Utah Occupational Safety He.html. Vermont. Vermont Department of Labor and Industry. Division of Occupational Safety and Health. National Life Building. Drawer 20. National Life Drive. Montpelier, Vermont 05602-3401. 802-828-2765. Fax, 802-828-2748. state.vt.us/labnd/vosha.htm. Virginia. Virginia Department of Labor and Industry. Powers Taylor Building. 13 South 13th Street. Richmond, Virginia 23219. 804-786-2377. Fax, 804-371-6524. doli.state.va.us. Virgin Islands. Virgin Islands Department of Labor. Division of Occupational Safety and Health. 3021 Golden Rock. Christiansted, St. Croix, Virgin Islands 00840. 340-772-1315. Fax, 340-772-4323. Washington. Washington Department of Labor and Industries. POG 44001. Olympia, Washington 98504-4001. 360-902-4200. Fax, 360-902-4202. lni.wa.gov/wisha. Wyoming. Wyoming Department of Employment. Workers' Safety and Compensation Division. Hirschler Building. 2nd floor east. 122 West 25th Street. Cheyenne, Wyoming 82002. 307-777-7786. Fax, 307-777-4600. 5850. wydo.state.wy.us/do.asp?id =sign 7. Chapter 4. Safety Training Websites. Workplace safety training tools for bosses. Businesses should provide basic safety training to their employees. It's easy to show new employees a couple of films. NASBweb.com, National Association of Safety Professionals. OSHA.gov/DT/OSTA/OSHASOFT, OSHA e-tools and electronic products for compliance assistance. AIHA.org, American Industrial Hygiene Association. ASSE.org, Safety Engineers. BCSB.org, Safety Professionals. BNA.com, Workplace Safety. business.com/directory/human_resources/workplace_health_safety/education_and_training. CarmTraining.com. Coastal.com, publisher of workplace safety training media. HRDirect.com/solutions/safety/safety training. InsourceSafety.com. LearnSafetyTraining.com. Mastery.com, workplace MSD safety training. MasteryTech.com, video training. OSHASafetyTraining.net. PureSafety.com, online safety training, occupational health and safety courses. SafetyDocuments.com, download workplace safety training programs. SafetyHQ.com. SafetyResources.com. SafetyTrainer.com, OSHA compliance safety videos. SafetyWorld.com. Skillsoft.com, environmental, health and safety compliance solutions at Skillsoft. TotalSafety.com. Training-classes.com. TrainingsCentielsCourseWare.com, workplace safety training. WorkplacesSafetyInstitute.com. WorkplacesSafetySpecialists.com. Occupational safety training course websites. Occupational safety training refers to protecting yourself or being able to recognize hazards in the workplace. SafetyServicesCompany.com, OSHA safety training. OSHA.gov/SLTC/etools/construction/shprogram.html, construction safety, OSHA training modules. WorkZoneSafety.org/training, work zone safety training. nsc.org/products_training/training/pages/home.aspx, National Safety Council training programs. EarneyOurCard.com/nscc/OSHA_courses, National Safety Education Center, OSHA courses. Chapter 5. Several lists of occupational safety and health websites. Occupational safety and health websites. Try #658.382 at the library. ABIH.org, American Board of Industrial Hygiene. AFLCIO.org/issues/safety, safety, and health at work. Agency.osha.edu.in/publications. AIHA.org/news/hyphen-pub/newsrooms/pages/consumerbrochures.aspx, industrial hygiene issues. AODIA.org, occupational therapy. BritishSafetyCouncil.co.uk. BritSafe.org. Cal-OHSA.com, California. Care-Institute.com, Care Institute of Safety and Health Inc., full solutions for training in health and safety, emergency preparedness, first aid, and workplace violence. cdc.gov/lcosh/docs/trade, ergonomic hazards for each trade. cdc.gov/index.htm, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, USA. cdc.gov/workplace, Safe Work Documents, CDC. CESMag.com, Construction and Engineering Safety. COEM.com, Center for Occupational and Environmental Medicine. Compliance, OSHA. ComplianceMag.com. elcosh.org, Electronic Library of Construction Occupational Safety. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/occupational_safety_and_health. epa.gov, 800-424-9346, Environmental Protection Agency. nlm.nih.gov/medlane+/indoor air pollution.html, indoor air pollution. nsc.org, National Safety Council. Occupational-med.com, Journal of Occupational Medicine and Toxicology. oempress.com, Occupational and Environmental Diseases. ohsonline.com. safetycenter.navy.mil. safetycentral.org. safetyengineeringresources.com, Safety Engineering Resources. safetyinfo.com, OSHA Safety Compliance and Safety Library. safetylinks.net, Safety Links Inc. Training and Consulting. safetyonline.com. Occupational Safety and Health Organizations. National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH. Hubert H. Humphrey Building. 200 Independence Avenue SW, Room 715H. Washington, D.C. 20201. 800, 35 NIOSH. cdc.gov/NIOSH. Pubs Taft at cdc.gov. cdc.gov/NIOSH/homepage.html. cdc.gov/NIOSH, 800, 356-4674, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. cdc.gov/NIOSH, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. cdc.gov/NIOSH/ISFA.html, iSafety. cdc.gov/NIOSH/injury, traumatic workplace injuries. cdc.gov/NIOSH/NPG, Chemical Hazards Pocket Guide, NIOSH. cdc.gov/NIOSH/NPG/NPGD0648.html, Turpentine Hazards, NIOSH. cdc.gov/NIOSH/topics/control banding, NIOSH. cdc.gov/NIOSH/topics/I, iSafety. cdc.gov/NIOSH/topics/I/checklist.html, iSafety checklist. cdc.gov/NIOSH/topics/industries.html, NIOSH, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. cdc.gov/NIOSH/topics/metalworking, metalworking fluids hazards, CDC. cdc.gov/NIOSH/topics/stress. U.S. Environmental Protection Agency EPA. Ariel Rios Building. 1200 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20460. 703-412-9810. 800-424-9346. epa.gov. Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. U.S. Department of Labor. 200 Constitution Avenue NW. Washington, D.C. 20210. 202-693-2000. 202-693-1999. 800-321-OSHA. OSHA.slc.gov. OSHA.gov. Association of Occupational and Environmental Clinics 1010 Vermont Avenue Northwest. Number 513, Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-347-4976. 888-347-2632. AOEC.org. National Council for Occupational Safety and Health. COSH. COSHnetwork.org. World Occupational Safety Websites. OSHA.europa.eu/n, European Agency for Safety and Health at Work. ILO.org/safe-work/lang-n/index.htm, ILO, International Occupational Safety and Health Center. Construction safety websites. builditsmart.org. ccohs.ca/osh answers/safety_has, safety hazards, tools, equipment, machines. cdc.gov/niosh. cdc.gov/niosh/constefc.html, construction safety and fact sheet. finehomebuilding.com/how-to/safety/67744.aspx, safety articles. A list of health and safety websites at blog.feedspot.com/health_and_safety_blogs. agcenter.ucdavis.edu/blog. allaboutpeople.co.nz/knowledge-hub/r-blog. ask-es.com/blog. atlantictraining.com/blog. baselinetraining.com/blog. blog.gosafe.com. blog.prochoice.com.au. blog.sliceproducts.com. blogforsafety.com. senblog.org/the-safety-zone. drumrunothgiri.blogspot.com. easysafe.com/blog. esmanager.blogspot.com. estoday.com/safety. envesca.co.uk/blog. ergoficinc.com/blog. essentialsofettyware.co.uk/health-safety-blog. fisherphillips.com/workplace-safety-and-health-law-blog. goodtogosafety.blogspot.com. hcssafety.co.uk/blog. hrsgroup.com/blog. hse.co.ke. houseknowledge.com. housewatch.com. 100-acre.co.uk/blog. iloapp.olliesemportium.co.uk/blog/blog?home. imectechnologies.com/category/health-safety. industrialplantsafety.com/blog. justhealdhandsafety.co.uk/blog. kpaonline.com/blog/s. livesIGNSblog.com. martechnical.com/blog. nationalwatersafety.wordpress.com. ohsinsider.com. ojhealdhandsafety.co.uk/blog. onsafety.cpsc.gov. osg.ca/blog. osha.gov/news/news releases. oshacampus.com/blog. phoenixhsc.co.uk/blog. pashi.in/blog-news. reddit.com/r/health and safety. reddit.com/r/workplacesofady. relentlesssafety.com. resolveok.com/safety-blog. rlshumancare.com. rospaworkplacesafety.com. saferac.com/news. safetyandhealthmagazine.com/topics/99-news. safetyatworkblog.com. safetyblog.astudies.com. safetychampion.com.au/blog. safetyrisk.net. solacepro.app/thinking safety magazine. suryahouse.com/blogs. securityprousa.com/blog/news. securushialdhandsafety.co.uk/blog. ceton.com/blog. shields.org/blog. sheqxl.com/blog. speakingofsafety.ca. stainusafety-services.co.uk/fire-risk-assessments fire-door-extinguishers-house-consultancy-surveys. staylegal.net/blog. superiorglove.com/pages/blog. thesafetygeek.com/blog. tryumvirate.com. veritas-consulting.co.uk/blog. walkersafety.co.uk/blog. Workforcecompliancesafety.ca/blog. Occupational Health and Safety Organization websites at dmoz-odp.org/health/occupational_health_and_safety/organizations. abih.org, American Board of Industrial Hygiene, professional organization working to improve the practice and educational standards of the industrial hygiene profession through an accredited certification system. acom.org, American College of Occupational and Environmental Medicine. balticcaosh.net, Baltic Sea Network on Occupational Health and Safety, facilitates exchange of information among 10 participating countries in the Baltic Sea region. bcsp.org, the Board of Certified Safety Professionals, BCSP, this group administers testing for individuals to become a certified safety professional. buildsafe.org, Construction Safety, the host for construction safety resources around the world. Greater Cleveland Safety Council.com, Greater Cleveland Safety Council, information on safety training and services for industry and families in the Greater Cleveland, Ohio area. 2rsm.org, International Institute of Risk and Safety Management. The IRSM is a professional body for health and safety practitioners, based in UK. iisc.org, Iowa-Illinois Safety Council, two-state cooperative effort, to reduce workplace injuries and enforce sections of U.S. Federal Code. iosh.co.uk, the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health, IOSH, Europe's leading body for individuals with a professional involvement in occupational safety and health. isips.org, ISIPS, International Sharps Prevention Society, international group of medical device manufacturers, pharmaceutical companies, healthcare institutions, and industry professionals joining forces to reduce medical sharps injuries worldwide. metrosafety.org, Metropolitan Safety Council of the Greater New Orleans Area, a chapter of the National Safety Council. NASBweb.com, the National Association of Safety Professionals, provides information about membership and about workplace safety resources and training aids offered. nebosh.org.uk, NEBOSH Exam Board, the National Examination Board in Occupational Safety and Health, NEBOSH, is an independent awarding body founded in 1979. nsc.org, National Safety Council, U.S., site provides information on many safety, health, and environmental topics, training resources, worker safety, DDC, FAI, CPR, products, publications, news, programs, and home safety. nshsg.org.uk, North Staffordshire Health and Safety Group, membership organization based in the Midlands, UK. NewYorkCosh.org, New York Committee for Occupational Safety and Health, NECOSH, fact sheets, information about health and safety rights for workers, the latest news about health and safety policy. OKInternational.org, Occupational Knowledge International, OK International facilitates the exchange of volunteers and donated equipment to environmental programs in developing countries, and offers a certification to facilities that meet environmental performance goals. OSH.net, Occupational Safety and Health Network, Occupational Safety and Health Information. OSHAGuard.com, OSHAGuard, products and services for OSHA healthcare compliance, for dentists, physicians and hospitals. RegionIVVPP.org, Region for Voluntary Protection Program, Southeastern U.S. organization that encourages cooperative efforts between employees, management, and OSHA for the purpose of improving workplace safety, health, employee motivation and better productivity. SafetyCouncils.org, American Association of Safety Councils, professional association of independent, nonprofit, community-based health and safety organizations. Semiconductorsafety.org, Semiconductor Safety Association, an organization dedicated to the prevention of workplace injuries and accidents through the sharing of safety and health information and the promotion of technological advances in high technology, safety, and health. SIA.org.au, Safety Institute of Australia, peak Australian body representing OHS professionals. USMWF.org, USMWF, United Support and Memorial for Workplace Fatalities offers support, guidance and resources to those affected by preventable job-related deaths or serious injuries. WELCOA.org, Wellness Councils of America, a North America resource for worksite wellness. WorkplacesofADNorth.ca, Workplace Safety North, a health and safety association in forestry under the Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, WSIB. Occupational Therapy Professional Medical Organization websites at DMOS-ODP. WFOT.org, World Federation of Occupational Therapists. HTA.com.au, Australian Hand Therapy Association, professional association representing hand therapists with information on hand therapy, Directory of Hand Therapists in Australia, job listings, membership details, workshops, and seminars. AODI.ie, Association of Occupational Therapists of Ireland, contact details for Irish Occupational Therapy Association, with members-only pages. BCSOT.org, British Columbia Society of Occupational Therapists, Provincial Professional Association for Occupational Therapists in British Columbia, Canada. CAOT.ca, Canadian Association of Occupational Therapists, Canadian National Organization of Occupational Therapists, with information for consumers, news, training, and professional practice resources. COT.co.uk, College of Occupational Therapists, UK, official UK National Organisation of Occupational Therapists, with information for consumers, special interest sections and members-only area with online journal and professional practice documents. COTO.org, College of Occupational Therapists of Ontario, regulates the practice and monitors the competency of all occupational therapists in Ontario, Canada. Education.wisc.edu/occupational_science, Society for the Study of Occupation, USA, includes library of interdisciplinary articles on occupational science with references and abstracts. FSA.academicrohuset.se, Förbundets Sveriges Arbetsterapeuter, Swedish Occupational Therapy Association, in Swedish. IFSHT.org, International Federation of Societies for Hand Therapy, IFSHT, coordinates the activities of the various societies for hand therapy to increase and enhance the exchange of knowledge of hand therapy. OSOT.on.ca, Ontario Society of Occupational Therapists, voluntary provincial professional association of Ontario's occupational therapists with listing of training events. OTAS.com.au, Occupational Therapy Australia, National Organisation of Occupational Therapists. Chapter 6. A list of occupational health and safety associations and organizations from the agapecenter.com/organizations/specialties/occupational-health-safety.htm. Occupational Health and Safety Associations and Organizations. AMRZCTISRP.org, America's section of the International Society for Respiratory Protection, ISRP. AOEC.org, Association of Occupational and Environmental Clinics, AOEC. ORPO.org, Association of University Radiation Protection Officers, ORPO. ANZSOM.org, O, Australian and New Zealand Society of Occupational Medicine, ANZSOM, Australia, O. ANZSOM.org, ANZI, Australian and New Zealand Society of Occupational Medicine, ANZSOM, New Zealand, ANZI. AIO.org, O, Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists, AIOH, Australia, O. BCSP.org, Board of Certified Safety Professionals, BCSP. BOHS.org, British Occupational Hygiene Society, BOHS, United Kingdom, UK. British Safety Council.co.uk, British Safety Council, BSC, United Kingdom, UK. ChemSafety.gov, Chemical Safety Board, CSB. CPSC.gov, Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC. CAOHC.org, Council for Accreditation in Occupational Hearing Conservation, COSI. CCHEST.org, Council on Certification of Health, Environmental and Safety Technologists, KIST. EBSA.be, European Biosafety Association, EBSA. European Safety Federation.org, European Safety Federation, ESF. FS4JK.org, Farm Safety for Just Kids, FS4JK. FMCSA.dot.gov, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA. HSA.ie, Health and Safety Authority, HSA, Ireland, IE. Healthybuilding.net, Healthy Building Network, HBN. HKOSHA.org, HK, Hong Kong Occupational Safety and Health Association, HOSHA, Hong Kong, HK. IAIABC.org, International Association of Industrial Accident Boards and Commissions, IIABC. 2rsm.co.uk, International Institute of Risk and Safety Management, IRSM. IOHA.com, International Occupational Hygiene Association, IOHA. MSHA.gov, Mine Safety and Health Administration, MSHA, U.S. Department of Labor. NowHP.com, National Association of Occupational Health Professionals, NAOP. NCErgo.org, National Coalition on Ergonomics, NCE. NatCouncil.com, National Council of Self-Insurers, NCSI, Workers' Compensation. NCCI.com, National Council on Compensation Insurance, NCCI Holdings. nsc.org/necs.htm, National Education Center for Agricultural Safety, NECAS. nhtsa.dot.gov, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA. cdc.gov/NIOSH, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH. NISO.ie, National Irish Safety Organization, NISO, Ireland, IE. NSC.org, National Safety Council, NSC, U.S. Government Organization. NSMS.US, National Safety Management Society, NSMS. NTSB.gov, National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB. TrafficSafety.org, Network of Employers for Traffic Safety, NETS. Ergonomics.org, NZ, New Zealand Ergonomics Society, NZES, New Zealand, NZ. ONAP.org, Occupational Health Nurses Association of the Philippines, ONAP, Philippines, PH. OIreland.org, Occupational Hygiene Society of Ireland, OHSI, Ireland, IE. OSHA.gov, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. United States. OSHC.org, HK, Occupational Safety and Health Council, OSHC, Hong Kong, HK. SIGFA.org, Self-Insurance Guarantee Funds of America, SIGFA, Workers' Compensation. STPDA.org, State and Territorial Injury Prevention Directors Association, STIPTA. WCCAonline.org, Workers' Compensation Claims Association, WCCA. WCIO.org, Workers' Compensation Insurance Organizations, WCIO. WCRINet.org, Workers' Compensation Research Institute, WCRI. BullyingInstitute.org, Workplace Bullying and Trauma Institute, WBTI. WILG.org, Workplace Injury Litigation Group, WILG. U.S. State and Local Occupational Health and Safety Associations and Organizations. NELHSF.com, New England Laborers Health and Safety Fund, NELSF. SAWCA.com, Southern Association of Workers' Compensation Administrators, SAWCA. Alabama. ACNSC.net, Alabama Chapter, National Safety Council, NSC. ASIAL.com, Alabama Self-Insurers Association, Asia, Workers' Compensation. dir.alabama.gov/WC, Alabama Workers' Compensation Division. Arizona. azvalledelsol.org, Arizona Valle del Sol Association of Occupational Health Nurses, ASVSON. Statefund.com, SCF of Arizona, provider of workers' compensation insurance. Arkansas. ArcSelfInsure.com, Arkansas Self-Insurers Association, Asia, Workers' Compensation. Oxy.state.ar.us, Arkansas Workers' Compensation Commission, AWCC. California. CAA.org, California Applicants Attorneys Association, CAAA, Workers' Compensation. CaseLFinsurers.com, California Self-Insurers Association, CSIA, Workers' Compensation. CSAOHN.org, California State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, CSAON. OCCAOHN.org, Orange County, California Association of Occupational Health Nurses, AGON, OCGov.com, Orange County. CWCI.org, California Workers' Compensation Institute, CWCI. CaliforniaSafety.org, Central California Safety Council, CCSC. dir.ca.gov/chswc/chswc.html, Commission on Health and Safety and Workers' Compensation, CHSWC. nsmsgg.org, National Safety Management Society, NSMS, Golden Gate Chapter, San Francisco, CA. OCCAOHN.org, Orange County, California Association of Occupational Health Nurses, AGON, OCGov.com, Orange County. CA. CISS.org, Southern California Industrial Safety Society, SIS. SCIF.com, State Compensation Insurance Fund, SCIF, Workers' Compensation. dir.ca.gov/WCAB/WCAB.htm, Workers' Compensation Appeals Board, WCAB. WCIRBonline.org, Workers' Compensation Insurance Rating Bureau, USIRB. Colorado. Pinnacol.com, Pinnacle, provider of workers' compensation insurance. Connecticut. WCC.state.ct.us, Connecticut Workers' Compensation Commission, CWCC. Delaware. DCRB.com, Delaware Compensation Rating Bureau, DCRB, Workers' Compensation. Florida. FSIGA.org, Florida Self-Insurers Guarantee Association, FSIGA, Workers' Compensation. FSAOHN.org, Florida State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, FSAON. Georgia. GAGuarantee.com, Georgia Self-Insurers Guarantee Trust Fund, SIGF, Workers' Compensation. Gainty.org/SBWC, Georgia State Board of Workers' Compensation. Hawaii. Hemic.com, Hawaii Employers Mutual Insurance Company, HEMIC, provider of workers' compensation insurance. HIOSH.hawaii.gov, Hawaii Occupational Safety and Health Division, HIOSH. Idaho. State.id.us/ISIF, Idaho State Insurance Fund, ISIF, provider of workers' compensation insurance. Illinois. ILOHN.org, Illinois Lakeland Association of Occupational Health Nurses, ILON, co.lake.il.us, Lake County. Illinois, IL. WWCI.org, Worksite Wellness Council of Illinois, WWCI. Indiana. HoosiersSafetyCouncil.org, Hoosier Safety Council, HSC. IndianaOHN.org, Indiana Association of Occupational Health Nurses, ION. MIAOHN.org, Mid-Indiana Association of Occupational Health Nurses, MION. ICRB.net, Indiana Compensation Rating Bureau, ICRB, Workers' Compensation. in.gov/workcomp, Indiana Workers' Compensation Board. iwci.org, Indiana Workers' Compensation Institute, IWCI. meowhn.org, Mid-Indiana Association of Occupational Health Nurses, MION. Kansas. hr.state.ks.us/wc/html/wc.htm, Kansas Division of Workers' Compensation. KSIA.org, Kansas Self-Insurers Association, KSIA, Workers' Compensation. wcboard.hr.state.ks.us, Workers' Compensation Appeals Board, WCAB. Louisiana. LASIE.org, Louisiana Association of Self-Insured Employers, LASI, Workers' Compensation. SafetyLCA.org, Louisiana Safety Training Council. Metrosafety.org, National Safety Council, NSC, South Louisiana Chapter. Safety Council SWLaw.org, Safety Council of Southwest Louisiana. Maine. MLGH.org, Maine Labor Group on Health, MLGH. Mainsafety.org, Maine Safety Council, MSC. State.me.us/WCB, Maine Workers' Compensation Board, MWCB. Maryland. dllr.state.md.us/labor/mosh.html, Maryland Occupational Safety and Health, MOSH. mwhca.org, Maryland Workplace Healthcare Association, MWITCA. wcc.state.md.us, Maryland Workers' Compensation Commission, WCC. mwcea.com, Maryland Workers' Compensation Educational Association, MUSISHA. safemd.org, Safety Council of Maryland, SCM. Massachusetts. gbaohn.org, Greater Boston Association of Occupational Health Nurses, Bayonne, City of Boston.gov, Boston. Massachusetts. maohn.org, Massachusetts Association of Occupational Health Nurses, MON. gbaohn.org, Greater Boston Association of Occupational Health Nurses, Bayonne, City of Boston.gov, Boston. Massachusetts. State.ma.us/DIA, Massachusetts Department of Industrial Accidents, MDIA, Workers' Compensation. State.ma.us/DOS, Massachusetts Division of Occupational Safety, DOS. mass.gov/WCAC, Massachusetts Workers' Compensation Advisory Council, WCAC. wcribma.org, Workers' Compensation Rating and Inspection Bureau of Massachusetts, WCRIBMA. Michigan. MikeHSelfinsurers.org, Michigan Self-Insurers Association, MSIA, Workers' Compensation. Minnesota. MAOHN.org, Minnesota Association of Occupational Health Nurses, MON. State.mn.us/e-branch/doli/mnosha.html, Minnesota Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. mnsafetycouncil.org, Minnesota Safety Council, MSC. mnsia.com, Minnesota Self-Insurers Association, MSIA, Workers' Compensation. mwcia.org, Minnesota Workers' Compensation Insurers Association, MUSHA. Mississippi. mwcc.state.ms.us, Mississippi Workers' Compensation Commission, MWCC. Missouri. momsia.com, Missouri Self-Insurers Association, MSIA, Workers' Compensation. Nebraska. nowhn.org, Nebraska Association of Occupational Health Nurses, NAON. Nevada. nvsia.org, Nevada Self-Insurers Association, NSIA, Workers' Compensation. New Hampshire. NOHA.org, New Hampshire Occupational Health Alliance, NHOHA. shcnh.org, Safety and Health Council of New Hampshire, SHCNH. New Jersey. state.nj.us/health/eoh/otis web, New Jersey Occupational Health Service. njoda.org, New Jersey Occupational Therapy Association, NJOTA. New Jersey SAHN.org, New Jersey State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, NJSAON. New Mexico. state.nm.us/WCA, New Mexico Workers' Compensation Administration, WCA. New York. New York COSH.org, New York Committee for Occupational Safety and Health, NYCOSH. New York CIRB.org, New York Compensation Insurance Rating Board, NYSERB, Workers' Compensation. NYSELFinsurance.com, New York Self-Insurers Association, NYSIA, Workers' Compensation. NYSAOHN.org, New York State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, NYSAON. WCB.state.ny.us, New York State Workers' Compensation Board, NYSWCB. North Carolina. NCAOHN.org, North Carolina Association of Occupational Health Nurses, NCON. sph.unc.edu/OSHRC, North Carolina Occupational Safety and Health Education Research Center, OSHRC. NCSIGA.org, North Carolina Self-Insurance Guarantee Association, NCSIGA, Workers' Compensation. Ohio. COAOHN.com, Central Ohio Association of Occupational Health Nurses, COAON. NWOSIA.org, Northwestern Ohio Self-Insurers Association, NWOSIA, Workers' Compensation. OhioBWC.com, Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation, OBWC. OSIOhio.org, Ohio Self-Insurers Association, OSIA, Workers' Compensation. SEGOOhio.org, Self-Insurers Group of Ohio, SEGO, Workers' Compensation. Oregon. ORISHA.org, Oregon Occupational Safety and Health Division, OROSHA. cbs.state.or.us/WCO, Oregon Ombudsman for Injured Workers, OOIW, Workers' Compensation. OSIA.com, Oregon Self-Insurers Association, OSIA, Workers' Compensation. OSAOHN.org, Oregon State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, OZAON. cbs.state.or.us/external/wcb/index.html, Oregon Workers' Compensation Board, OWCB. OregonWCD.org, Oregon Workers' Compensation Division, OWCD. Online PWC.org, Professionals in Workers' Compensation, PWC, Oregon Chapter. Pennsylvania. DVSRS.org, Delaware Valley Society for Radiation Safety, DVSRS. PCRB.com, Pennsylvania Compensation Rating Bureau, PCRB, Workers' Compensation. SciNet.org, Pennsylvania Self-Insurers Association, PSIA, Workers' Compensation. SVOPOHN.org, Susquehanna Valley Association of Pennsylvania Occupational Health Nurses, SVAPON. Rhode Island. DLT.state.ri.us/WC, Rhode Island Division of Workers' Compensation. South Carolina. mycgov.com/SCOA, South Carolina State Accident Fund, Workers' Compensation. SCSAOHN.org, South Carolina State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, SCUSAON. Tennessee. TAOHN.org, Tennessee Association of Occupational Health Nurses, DON. state.tn.us/laborwfd/wcomp.html, Tennessee Workers' Compensation Division. Texas. TexasSafety.org, Texas Safety Association, TSA. TSAOHN.org, Texas State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, TSAON. Utah. LaborCommission.utah.gov/ENDACC/ENDACC.htm, Utah Division of Industrial Accidents, Workers' Compensation. Vermont. state.vt.us/labnd/VOSHA.htm, Vermont Occupational Safety and Health Administration, VOSHA. state.vt.us/labnd/WCindex.htm, Vermont Workers' Compensation Division. Virginia. ASSEVA.org, American Society of Safety Engineers, ASSE, Colonial Virginia Chapter. CVAOHN.org, Central Virginia Association of Occupational Health Nurses, CVAON. virginianurses.com/VSAOHN/index.htm, Virginia State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, VSAON. CVAOHN.org, Central Virginia Association of Occupational Health Nurses, CVAON. VWC.state.va.us, Virginia Workers' Compensation Commission, VWCC. Washington. WSIassociation.org, Washington Self-Insurers Association, WSIA, Workers' Compensation. WAOHN.org, Washington State Association of Occupational Health Nurses, WAON. West Virginia. WVSIA.com, West Virginia Self-Insurers Association, WVSIA, Workers' Compensation. state.wv.us/script/BEP/WC, West Virginia Workers' Compensation Commission, WVWCC. Wyoming. wydoe.state.wy.us/do.asp?ID=9, Wyoming Workers' Safety and Compensation Division. Occupational Hygiene Organizations. ABIH.org, American Board of Industrial Hygiene, ABIH. ACGIH.org, American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists, ACGI. AIHA.org, American Industrial Hygiene Association, AIHA. AIO.org, O, Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists, AIOH, Australia, O. abho.com.br, Brazilian Association of Occupational Hygienists, Brazil, BR. BOHS.org, British Occupational Hygiene Society, BOHS, United Kingdom, UK. CRBO.ca, Canadian Registration Board of Occupational Hygienists, CRBA, Canada, CA. Arbeidshygiene.nl, Dutch Occupational Hygiene Society, NVBA, Netherlands, NL. DGA.de, German Society for Occupational Hygiene, Germany, DE. IOHA.com, International Occupational Hygiene Association, IOHA. OIreland.org, Occupational Hygiene Society of Ireland, OHSI, Ireland, IE. SIO.org, Southern African Institute for Occupational Hygiene, SIO, South Africa, ZA. NYF.no, Norwegian Occupational Hygiene Association, Norway, NO, Norsk Yrkeshygienisk SGAH.ch, Swiss Society for Occupational Hygiene, Switzerland, CH. Local Occupational Hygiene Organizations. Nebraska. NowHN.org. New York. NewYorkCosh.org. Ohio. OHIMA.org. Pennsylvania. DVSRs.org. Texas. TexasSafety.org.